Hi, I'm Rachel and I wanted to share with you today an identity expression hack, if you like. I was talking to somebody a while ago and was thinking about a way of doing a bit of a check-in to see where the gaps are in how we feel we're expressing all the little bits of us. For a lot of third culture kids I work with, this works along cultural lines. So I might have grown up in 3 countries, say, and I'll have absorbed, as a third culture kid, certain elements of those cultures. And some of them might not translate very easily into the country or culture I'm currently living in. So for example, I grew up in West Africa, so I will have a Nigerian culture. I spent some time in France, I'll have a bit of French identity in there as well. I'm English, so there's a bit of that going on as well. And this is all above and beyond my role as wife, partner, mother, daughter, sister. There's so many different roles that we carry. And when we find ourselves feeling a bit lacking in one of these areas, feeling like actually I just don't feel like I'm very French anymore, or I just don't feel like I'm keeping hold of my identity or expressing fully my identity as a daughter. Maybe my mother is in a different country, or I just don't get to spend time with her. So there might be a bit of a gap that we're sensing. So this is the hack. Piece of A4 paper, stick lines down it to create as many different columns as you want to track as many different identities as you might want to. So let's take 2 and just slice it down the middle for a quick and easy check-in. You stick one cultural identity on one side, another identity on the other. Of course, they might be cultural, they might be more role-based, like we talked about mothers and daughters and sisters. Teacher, maybe it's a role identity. There aren't really any rules about this. This is about your identity. So put in those columns what you want, and then simply track down and ask the question, what is it that makes me feel this identity? When do I feel Nigerian? When do I feel like a daughter? When do I feel like a therapist? So then you put in, using myself as an example of course, then you put in those experiences or activities that really connect you to the identity that is important to you. So for me, an obvious one as a therapist is when I'm actually interacting with clients. That makes me feel like I'm being that identity. But it might also include things like reading around the area, writing blog posts, making these videos. I put down everything that connects me to that identity. For the Nigerian part, there might be around foods that I really miss from that culture. There might be foods from my childhood or recipes that I really wish that I could translate into my current life. So you put down everything that really connects you to that identity. And then you track along and you just look and you think, what elements of these am I actually making contact with in my daily life, in my weekly life, in a month? How many times do I eat this food? How many times do I speak this language? How many of these activities am I actually engaging with intentionally? And if there aren't very many in one or more of your columns, then you can see where the gap in your feeling connected to that identity lies. And knowledge is power. So now you can see, well, of course I don't feel very French. I've not spoken the language in months. That makes sense now. Okay, so what are you going to do about that? Is there a group where you can practice those linguistic skills? Can you get hold of really good French radio online that you can click into to listen on your lunch breaks, that you can feel that connection with both culture and language? How can you integrate these things? And then you can get really excited because you've just now made a decision to introduce a few simple changes into your life that will reconnect with your identities. So for a simple hack, I've talked a lot, but I hope that makes sense. If not, contact me, ask me to explain it better. But try and take some time out. I'm going to do it later actually. I'm going to take 10 minutes, write my columns out and just really start scanning, okay, where am I being all of me? And where can I add in some more experiences to help me stay connected to all of the parts of myself? So I'm going to do it. Let me know if you do it too. It'd be great to hear how you get on. And have a good rest of your day. Thank you.